When ChatGPT was first introduced a few years ago, the entire world started to change, but that was just the beginning. Now, AI agents are quickly taking over everything. So this is the perfect moment to learn what they are and how to take advantage of them to get more work done faster and better. I personally use them to upload multiple YouTube videos every week while working only 4 hours per day. So if you want to know how to set up your first AI agent, even as a non-technical person, today I'm going to walk you through the entire process step by step. Now, before doing anything, you must understand what's actually the difference between an AI agent and a simple chatbot, because everything we're going to do today is built on this concept alone. So the better you understand it, the easier it'll be for you to use it. Alright, so you've probably used a chatbot like ChatGPT or Gemini before, and you know how that goes. You ask it a question and it gives you the answer. So let's say you want to create a document with a special format. What you do is to ask AI how to do it, and it'll tell you the exact steps you need to follow. This is obviously 10 times faster than trying to find the solution by yourself. However, it becomes pretty repetitive when you're trying to solve multiple problems. If you want to add a new table beside the formatting, you need to go back to the AI and see how to do it. And after that, go implement the solution by yourself. And the same happens with every task you have. The AI gives you the solution, and then you go do it yourself, which slows down the entire process. But that's no longer a problem with AI agents. What makes these so powerful is that you simply tell them what to do, and they do the actual work for you. So instead of fixing the formatting, adding tables, or removing useless text from a document, you can simply let an AI agent do it for you in just a few seconds. That's why people call them digital employees. But that's not even the best part. You can fully customize them based on your specific needs. That's exactly how thousands of businessmen are now able to double their work quality and volume overnight, and you can use them to get the same results. There are AI agents who check your email, modify your calendar, and even message you on the phone when something important happens, and the technology behind them continues to grow daily. So the gap between people who use agents and those who don't is getting wider every day. They'll both work for the same output, but one group will get it better and exponentially faster. So the question isn't if you should use AI agents, it's what agent to use. Now there are dozens of agents you can choose from, but most of them require some technical background to even get started. You need to set up local environments, Docker containers, and write command lines, which you've probably never heard of if you're not a software engineer. So if you pick the wrong one, you're going to spend more time troubleshooting the setup than actually using it. However, there's one AI agent that is very straightforward, even for complete beginners. It is called OpenClaw. And honestly, this is the best agent for anyone, no matter if you're a software engineer or just a person with no technical background. But what makes this completely different from any other model is that it's open source, which means you have full access to it for free. On top of that, it can connect to hundreds of popular apps, so you'll never have to worry about that. It has direct access to Gmail, Google Calendar, Slack, and even Telegram. So this gives you one place where you can build and control your entire workflow. And if you don't know what that would even look like, don't worry, because we're going to cover it in a minute. Now, what actually makes you insanely productive with this is that OpenClaw never sleeps. So compared to a normal employee, it never gets tired. It can run tasks for you 24/7 even if you decide to take a day off. And what I like about it is that OpenClaw has one of the largest communities in the AI agent space right now, which means if you ever get stuck on something, someone has already figured out your exact problem and posted the solution online. So this agent gives you anything you might need. But before you can run it, you actually need to set it up first. And this step might seem obvious for some people, but if you're not the technical type of person, it might seem overwhelming at first. That's why I'm going to show you everything step by step. But before I actually do that, there's one key insight you need to know. While OpenClaw is really good, it also has some small problems that we need to fix first. The first one is security. OpenClaw is designed to have access to your entire machine, so it can read files, open apps, and see what's on your screen, which is actually required for the agent to work properly. And even though this can happen very rarely, if something doesn't work well, it can mess up with your documents and passwords. So that's why cybersecurity experts advise not to run OpenClaw directly on their personal computer. Now, what most people do is buy a Mac Mini and run it there. But honestly, this isn't the smartest choice, as one of these costs hundreds of dollars. What you can do instead is to run it on a cloud server, which is just a few bucks per month. Now, the second reason is the 24/7 problem. If you run OpenClaw on your laptop and close the lid, the agent stops, and so do your automations. So you basically get a tool that only works when you're sitting in front of it, which kills the entire purpose of having an agent in the first place. However, you can easily fix both of these problems with a virtual private server, or VPS for short. This is simply a small computer in the cloud that stays on at all times, regardless of what you're doing. Now, there are a ton of VPS platforms online that promise the best performance, but the one I actually use is called Hostinger. And the reason for that is that it actually has an OpenClaw template that makes the setup insanely simple. And on top of that, the price is really affordable for the performance it gives. That's why I'm going to use it for this video. So if you want to follow along with the tutorial, I'll leave a link in the description description where you can sign up for Hostinger. From here, just go ahead and create your Hostinger account. After that, fill in your billing details and complete the payment. Once that's done, Hostinger will take you to your dashboard. Now, to install OpenClaw, simply click VPS from the left panel, select Manage, choose Docker Manager, click Catalog, and search for OpenClaw. Now, the next step is to choose the AI model you want OpenClaw to use. This is basically the brain of your agent. So whether you want to use ChatGPT, Claude, or another model, you can pick it here. But because you already enabled the AI option during setup, all the API stuff is already handled for you. Then what you want to do is to connect a messaging app to it so you can actually talk to your agent. And for this, I'm going to be using Telegram. Now, if you don't already have Telegram, just download it from the App Store and create an account. Then search for BotFather, click Open, and press on Create New Bot. You can give it any name you want, but make sure the username is unique and ends in bot. After that, Telegram will give you a token. Just copy it and save it somewhere safe because you'll need it for the next steps. Then paste the same token into Hostinger and click Deploy. Now open your new bot inside Telegram and click Start. This will generate a pairing code that you can use to connect Telegram with OpenClaw. With this, your OpenClaw is ready to go. So click on Open and type hello to your new agent. It'll ask you a simple series of questions about your name, communication style, and other details it needs to personalize everything. These answers get saved and shape how your agent behaves in every future interaction. After that's done, tell it to set up Telegram. It will walk you through everything you need to know. Paste the pairing code here to start the connection between OpenClaw and Telegram. And this is how you create your first agent. However, with the current setup, it behaves just like a normal chatbot. To actually turn it into a powerful agent that can do real work for you, there's one more step you need to take. And I'm talking about skills. Think of them like real capabilities you can install on your AI agent and give it superpowers. Each skill you add gives it a new ability it didn't have before. It's like installing apps on a phone, except each one makes the whole system more powerful. The skill that personally helps me the most creates invoices for all my clients every month and sends them by email. All of that without me doing anything. This is a custom skill I made, but you can also browse through millions of pre-made skills and find the ones that you need. For this, you can simply visit ClawHub, which is basically the app store for your agent skills. Once you find the ones you like, go back to the OpenClaw chat and type install ClawHub. But before you install any skill, you always want to check for any security warnings. For this, ClawHub automatically shows you a VirusTotal result and an OpenClaw security scan for every skill in the marketplace. Only install the ones that show benign on both. If something shows a warning or has no scan at all, just skip it. Now, the skill I'll download is an email filter, because I honestly think it's a must-have for anyone. Just think about how many emails you get every single day, and the truth is that most of them are either promotions, spam, or just unimportant ones. So this means you need to scan your email every few hours and sort everything by yourself just to make sure you don't miss the actual important ones. But you can solve this problem once and for all by installing a skill on your AI agent. It is called the GOG, the Google Workspace skill, and what this does is to give you full access to your Gmail, Google Calendar, and even Google Drive. For this, just tell OpenClaw to install the GOG. The setup has a few steps you need to follow, but the agent walks you through each one. Once you have that done, you'll not only have the power to control your Gmail, but your entire Google Workspace. So with the same skill, you can filter your inbox and also add new events to your calendar. To use it, just tell it exactly what you want. Every day at 8 a.m., read my last 24 hours of Gmail, filter out newsletters and promotions, and send me a Telegram message with only the emails that actually need my attention, summarized in one line each. The agent confirms and it sets up the automation. So this means that every day you get just one message on your phone with all the important emails from your inbox, which honestly saves me multiple hours per week. And the coolest part is that you can fully customize this workflow however you want. You just ask OpenClaw what you want to do and he does it at any time. But this wouldn't be possible if the agent wasn't running 24/7 on a cloud server like Hostinger. So if you want to set up your first AI agent as simply as possible, go sign up for Hostinger using the link in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.